Hello and welcome back to Subnautica. In the last episode, we finally managed to get round to finding the fragments so that we could complete the blueprint for the cyclops. And so basically now I've got a cyclops sitting outside. Yep, sitting over there now. I've been out and about in it to get things done, but basically I'm going to now start using that cyclops. And I want to head down there to the Degasi habitat. There has been some other things I've actually been doing. I've been shuffling some things around here. Got around to building this vending machine, so I can now get some snacks from it. Nothing amazing. I've actually built a load of recharges, power cell recharges, because what I've been doing off camera is I've been basically building a portable scanner, and I've been taking that around some of the places that I've been visiting just to check things. So for instance, I built one over at lifepod 13 and I managed to find some lithium there, for instance. But what I've found out is that when you run the scanner, it's got like a list of items that it's found. Just run over to this one, you can see what this one is aware of. So it has like a list of things that you can start to search for. So this one, not a great deal this one's found in particular, but unless the item's on the list, then you can't search for it. So I took the scanner over to lifepod 13 and it wasn't showing up any fragments. Had a bit of a search around, and what I did actually find over there was some moonpool fragments and some more cyclops bridge fragments. So from what I've since learned is that if you already have the blueprint, it won't actually tell you where certain fragments are belonging to that blueprint, which I suppose is pretty efficient really, but I wasn't aware of that until just recently. I then took the scanner over to where lifepod 17 is, and there I found some lithium and magnetite, but nothing in terms of fragments, because I mean I went out, had a look again on my own. I found quite a lot of fragments for things, but nothing particularly useful, because I already had learned the blueprints. I then went over to where lifepod 19 is, and that was quite useful because I did find some fragments. In particular, I found these power cell ones. So if you want a power cell charger, then go over to lifepod 19. Found quite a few things over there. Found some gel sack, lithium, rubies and urananite. But one of the problems I had over there was because it was quite deep, the solar power cells weren't getting enough light during the day. So I wasn't getting that much base power to run things off. So what you could do is try and find a reasonably high location. The scanner room, when you build it, doesn't actually settle on the seabed for some reason. It doesn't like put any feet down and secure itself. It just kind of like floats a certain height above the surface. So you do have to be a certain height. You can't just like literally go to the near the surface and build one. It's got to be at a certain height. So there are options there. You could try and find a surface which is reasonably high up, and then see if you can get better light there. You could just literally leave the scanner room alone for several days. Go away, do something, come back every now and again to see if you've fully charged the station, and then make use of whatever time you've got based on that amount of power. Otherwise you're going to be into building slightly bigger bases, having to put in a multi-purpose room, putting in a bioreactor for instance, to be able to keep giving it the power that it actually needs. So what I've been doing is I took it to a slightly higher level, quite close to where lifepod 19 actually is, and that was okay. I did take it a bit deeper initially, and it actually found some blood oil, because it was quite close to where the blood kelp biome is. But I haven't been over there to really investigate anything anyway, but at least I know where to find blood oil now. So it also found data boxes, I've noticed, which is interesting. So although it doesn't tell you where there's fragments if you already know the blueprints, for some strange reason it will actually show you data boxes even if you've already emptied them. So yeah, kind of 6 and 2 3s. It's a bit flaky, really. But anyway, what I then did is I took it over to the back of the Aurora because I'd found some fragments over there for the Cyclops, but I didn't really get much out of that. Although interestingly enough, it actually came up on the list with a Reaper Leviathan, so you can actually track these Reapers. I mean, I noticed you can track those big reef backs through the scanner, I've noticed, but you can also scan for Reaper Leviathans. It picked up quite a lot of wrecks out there as well. There was quite a few out, near lifepod 17, and as well as around where the Aurora's crashed. But again, no fragments that I have already anyway. So it hasn't been that beneficial so far, other than for like resources. I now know where to get a good supply of, say, lithium and magnetite, for instance, other than going down to that Degasi base. So then there are some other places I still want to go, other life pods that I've been to. I want to test the scanner out there, but I'm quite keen now to go out to where the Degasi base is. So basically, apart from that vending machine and moving things around, I've also built a coffee machine. So that'll make you some coffee. The reason I've got all these power cells, by the way, is that the Cyclops has 6 power cells, and I want to be able to literally just swap them out on the fly. So I want to be able to go somewhere with a Cyclops. I'll go somewhere with a Cyclops, come back, and then I can literally just swap all the power cells out in one go, and then next time I go out with a Cyclops, I've got the batteries fully charged. So yeah, you don't get much anyway out of these potato mix. You don't get much in terms of from the coffee either. But I've got plenty of water here to keep me going. I've got a bit of food, but to be honest, what I've done is I've upgraded the Cyclops as best I can. I've upgraded the hull strength on the.
Welcome, all systems online.
I've upgraded the hull strength on the prawn here, giving it a bit of colour, but I don't have the resources to do much more with that. So if we just head over to the Cyclops, I'm just going to park that in here.
Captain, systems online.
You get a bit of information, like how much power is left on it. It will recharge the Seamoth and the prawn. It also gives you the health, although it doesn't repair it. If you click on these, it shows you what upgrades you've got. But like here, I mean, it gives me access to the torpedo tubes. If I click on this, it gives me access to the upgrade bay as well, because normally you can't get access to it from here. But what I've been doing is I've put in some planters. Now I've got myself some food. I've put things like the watermelons closer over here rather than like the bulbo tree, because I want to be able to get access to that decoy loading tube. For the upgrades, I've been able to put in an energy efficiency module, because I picked one of those up already in my travels. I don't have the materials to build one, but I already have one to hand, and I've built an extra depth module so this can go a bit deeper. And we've also upgraded the decoy tube, so I can now have 5 decoys in here if I need them. I've built out some storage here. Got myself a medical kit fabricator. Got a radio and a fabricator there. You can put in things like battery recharges. You can even put in like power cell recharges, but obviously bear in mind that you're draining the power on the actual on the Cyclops itself. So what I'm going to do is to head over to where the actual Degasi base is now.
Engine powering up.
And and I want to see what became of the Degasi. I'm not too concerned about the warpers over there. That's the official name for those teleporters, I believe. I mean, I've just been calling them teleporters, but they're actually called warpers. There are some other creatures out there that will come after the cyclops. It can take a few hits, but what you'll get is if these things start to attack, so I'm just going to go to like silent running for instance, you go much slower, and so the cyclops starts to generate a lot less sound. The slower I go, the less sound I generate, so you're less liable to attract attention. So just going to head down to here. Now I'm going to switch over to the cameras because I find it easier to guide myself using the cameras. So this one's just camera 1, the keel camera. So there's still a wreck over there I need to go to. I've managed to build a pathfinder tool which spits out some little hollow tablets, I think they are, so you can leave a kind of a trail behind. I think in the early access you used to have a kind of a wire. Oh, hang on. What's that? Is something attacking us? No. In the early access, I'm pretty sure you used to have a wire, so you could basically just run a wire, and then you could just follow that back. Trouble is that in some cases it used to get entangled a bit. Alright, so I just need to turn around here, because there's the Degasi habitat over there. It's kind of a bit of a juggling act, because I want to be able to keep an eye on things below me, but also I've got to keep an eye on what's to the side of me when I'm bringing this thing down to a lower depth. It doesn't take much damage, particularly if you hit something. See there, I mean, I've bounced the I've bounced the tail end off, which isn't particularly good. Most of the time you take damage, it's from, you know, when creatures are attacking you. It is easier to bring a sea moth down here, but it's those warpers I'm more bothered about than anything. Right, so yeah, bouncing off things because I'm not seeing where I'm going. Now I want to be over here, I believe. Yep, so I want to be over here, so just switch back to the camera. Now that thing's in the way. Ah yes, yeah, there's a warper over there. Right, okay, so let's see if I can drop a bit lower. Yeah, just keep clipping off things here. Right, so that's over there, so it's pretty much just around the corner. I'm sure there's a much easier way of getting in than I'm doing. So I want to head over to there if I can. In theory, should be able to just turn the corner. Yeah, there's another warper down there. And there's the Degasi base over there. Alright, so I'm gonna just go around here. And what I can then do is I can just leave the cyclops outside the base, because I really expect we're going to have company over here. If you've seen the trailer, you'll know what I'm talking about. I do recommend actually watching the video. It's a good...
Detecting a titanium mass somewhere in this area. Unable to confirm whether it originated on the Aurora.
I would assume you're talking about this thing here. Aha! And there it is. or at least one of them. I'm assuming there's going to be more than one of these things. Yep, it's attacking. Not good. Let me just
Rig for silent run. And it's low.
now if I had a decoy I could have thrown it off. Now it's not. You'll see, you can see this little yellow thing moving around, so that's the radar's detecting it. Now fortunately it's not red. If it's red it's going to come for you. I mean, we've taken a bit of, I don't know if we took any damage, to be honest. We're on about yeah, well the health looks okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the engine off,
Powering down.
because in theory then there's less chance that that's going to come for me. Now I could take the seamoth out, but we'll have a look and see how close we are. Right, so the base is over there. Whoop! Just going to jump back in there. I do not want to mess with that. I definitely don't want to mess with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a beeline for the base. Yep, I want to get in this base as quickly as I can. Right, okay, so we're in the base now. We've already learned this. I actually picked it up in a, I can't remember whether it was a data bank or a fragment, but you can get the alien containment unit here as well. So there's a PDA here we can pick up.
Integrating new PDA data.
Now that thing is just going to hang around outside, which isn't good. Don't like that. I'm going to have to go. So let's see. So there's. Can't get out that way. Right, come through here. There's nothing to scan here. We've learned things there. I think there's a PDA outside actually. So I think that's just the one of them. Keep an eye on my oxygen there. Now, as far as I can tell, so we need to go out there, but I need to get that PDA. Ah, here's a right. Looks like the data box, which is there's a shield generator.
New blueprint acquired.
Let's see. Murphy's Law have probably learned a useful upgrade. Yep. It's polyaniline. Oh, can I scan you while you're here? Nah. That's a pity. I wouldn't want to get up close to... Oh, hang on. Surely I was picking something up there. Look as though it was actually picking something up. Oh, that's a pity. I wouldn't really want to get up close to one of these in person, you know, without this big book. Oh, it's frustrating. There's like a... It's just about this. There's a certain position I've got to find. Anyway, I'm going to have to get moving, otherwise I'm going to run out of oxygen. Right, so... And it's right... Is that outside the door? Oh, there's a door. Hang on, where's the door? Okay, this is not going well because I can't find the door. Hang on a minute. Which way did I come in then? I mean, I haven't come up anywhere. Alright, I did come in through there. Right. So there's no PDA isn't there. Where is that blooming thing? It's over there. Right. I'm going to sneak around here. I'm going to have to play chicken with that thing. Where's the PDA? Right, I'm just going to head back to the Cyclops first.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you.
Systems online.
Right. I want to go back inside. I could have sworn there was a PDA around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Right, now...
Integrating new PDA data.
Right, so there's the... Right, so I'll put that away. Because there was a ladder around here. So I can get to the lower level. Okay, so there's a creature egg here. Some non-functional cosmetic junk. Ah! An orange tablet. Okay, scan that in before I pick it up.
New blueprint acquired.
Because then we can make them. Another log file.
PDA data.
Don't know what this is, but I can't scan it, unfortunately. I'm not seeing... Oh, what's this? Ah, nuclear waste disposal. Just scan that in while I'm here. Don't need any of these.
Blueprint acquired.
Not seeing out. Yep, it's just cosmetic. Not really seeing anything else there. Oh. Ah, so you're a crab squid. So through the look of glitching, I can kind of keep scanning it. I mean, you know, seriously, I got to scan it through by glitching through through this place. Anyway, come close. I want to scan you. Oh, this is just nuts. It's kind of funny you can't scan it through like a... Nah, it's a pity you can't like just scan it like that, because I wouldn't want to go toe to toe with it. I mean, might be fun, but you know, I don't think it'll last long. Right, I'm gonna make a quick trip over to the Cyclops to get some oxygen. Looks like it's going away. But there's another entrance into that base. If you notice that it's broken there, presumably by that crab squid. Nothing I'm seeing here. Anything in here? Ah, another data box. Swim charge fins. They're quite good because the
Blueprint acquired.
and a PDA. They're quite good because they
Integrating new PDA data.
they recharge things for you that you're carrying. So they recharge the batteries. Not seeing anything there. Nope. Not much use having those. You can't put anything in these carry-alls and then pick it up. So, I mean, I've got plenty of storage anyway, so I'm not too fussed. Right, I'm just going to head over to here a minute, and I'm just going to check and see what logs I have got. It's because we've picked up I've picked up quite a few here. Wasn't paying that much attention, so we've now got 7, 8, and 9. And we've got the last of Paul's. I've already got the last of Bart's, so I think I've... Ooh, where is that thing gone? It's out there somewhere. Where are you? Oh, there's a radio message. Right, I'm going to make a quick dash for the Cyclops. Then what I'm going to do, I want to have a, while I'm here, I'm going to have a look around. I want to have a look around because there might be things nearby that base that I haven't seen. Just want to be really mindful of that thing.
Powering up.
Okay, and I'll put it on whatever the lowest speed setting is. Yeah, that's right, you're going to Badges, whatever that thing is. You're just have to keep my eye out. I want to keep my eye out for anything I might have missed here. Oh, great! I'm stuck on something. Let's have a look at the camera. What are we stuck on? Feels like we're stuck on something. Right, so I'm not seeing anything in particular. I think I've got all the logs. I mean, that alien containment unit.
Creature attack.
It's possible I might have just bumped into it and annoyed it. It looks like this might be the... I mean, I'd have to do like a real good look around here. That looked like a warper down there. I mean, there might be other stuff around here. So it's one of those things where you're probably just going to have to go looking around to see, you know, what's nearby. But I think what I'm going to do is, I mean, I've done what I set out to achieve, which was to basically get down here. Is that an egg down there? Ah, no, it's not. That looks like urananite. Yeah, it looks like urananite down there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to base, because I've pretty much done what I'd set out to achieve. Wow, down to 26% battery power. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I mean, banging into things here and there, but I mean, it's not causing us any issues I can see. I mean, we're still at full health. Ooh, is that another one? Yeah, that's another one. Actually, right, we're over there, so... Let me just... I'm just going to go and check the data points here, so... I'm going to play these logs as I head back.
Please, stop fighting and listen. We're sick.
What?
How? You've been coughing, right? Feeling itchy? Blisters?
Yeah.
The biometrics would have warned us if we were sick.
It's something new. It's not in the database.
Come on, then. What's it gonna do? Turn us inside out? Dissolve us into jelly?
It's an alien bacteria. It's everywhere. Every organism on this planet. It's altering our genetic code.
How are the creatures surviving if they're infected?
I don't know yet.
Want me to cut some of them open for you? Find out what makes them tick?
No.
Just tell me what you need, son. Materials, equipment.
Just... Can I have some quiet? I need some time to think.
Okay, so... They found out they've been infected by something. That's the same thing that we've been infected by. That, I think, is what the coronavirus.
Margaret, Maida has boarded the habitat.
What are you so happy about, Maida?
Say, kid, I brought you something.
Is that a Leviathan outside?
Towed it home on the back of the sub.
You killed that thing?
It's still breathing. I was about to finish the job, but I can stay and chat if you'd like. No? Then make yourself useful and pass me that hardened blade.
Are you out of your mind? You brought that thing here? What if it's not as dead as it looks? What if others come?
You prefer it got curious and came of its own accord, or got messed up and dragged here?
When we get off this planet, I am going to drag you through every court in the damn Federation.
Okay, so... I mean, I'm not overly keen on going up against one of those Reapers, but Maida's managed to actually bring one back to the base. So right, And this is the last log that we got from them.
I have had it with you, risking our lives.
Oh, stow it, Chief. The kid can't kill this disease without fish to study. I'm just bringing him home.
What? Tell her. Tell her I'm right.
You're both wrong. Marguerite, I can't find out how they resist the bacteria if you slaughter them all.
It ain't always they oblige in coming in alive.
He means you're being reckless.
Powering down.
Father, the outcome's no better if we hole up in here and don't go outside. But we have to find a middle way.
There is no compromise. Not while she's on my sea base.
Your sea base?
I'm going outside.
Bart, Torgal has disembarked the habitat.
Bart, come in. It's dangerous. Damn it, boy. I know you can hear me.
Chief, get off the radio and put on your helmet.
What?
Brace!
Okay, so I'm not quite 100% sure what it was that attacked them. Maybe it was the Leviathan that was brought back. It says Leviathan sound, so it's a possibility. And that's what damaged the habitat. So then there's Bart's final log here.
Came out of nowhere. An alien kraken, bigger than a cyclops. Tore a hole clear through the reinforced hull. I barely got my breather in time. I told her. I said others would come. The rupture threw me clear of the habitat. And the monster turned and bore down on me. Just as its tentacles came within reach, Maida appeared out of nowhere.
Welcome
She had
aboard,
a sea
Captain.
glide in one hand, a jagged piece of scrap metal in the other. She meant to butcher that beast or die trying. The last I saw her, she had the metal lodged in its neck as the monster did its best to shake her, contorting off into the darkness. I'm certain she got her wish, one way or another. Then I thought I saw a light deep below me. I hoped maybe Bart had swum clear. I followed it. Now I wonder whether I saw anything at all. Our oxygen is low. The habitat is gone. I can't see the sky. Something surely has the scent of my blood.
Okay, so I'm still not 100% sure what it is that actually...
Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Oh, that's not good. I'm going to put the power cells in. So I'm not 100% sure which creature actually killed them. I mean, you've got those squids hanging around, so it might have been something like that, but I can't actually tell, to be honest. Because when you were talking about bringing a Leviathan back, I thought she was referring to like a Reaper, but maybe it was one of those big crab squids or whatever they were called. Right, so I put all my power back. I'm going to have to look around. I mean, I've only got this one log for Marguerite, so I'm not quite sure if there are any others from her, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to bring it back and play this before I play this last one. I think it's more fitting. So yeah, I'm just going to pause the video and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so I thought I'd go over the logs that I'd picked up from the last Degasi habitat, and from what I can see, Bart had noticed everyone was getting sick, and he's put it down to an alien bacteria. It's not in the system's database, so they don't know what it is, but it's clearly making them ill. Now, as we know, that's the coronavirus that we learned about when visiting the gun enforcement platform, so I suspect they didn't go over there. But for whatever strange reason, Marguerite decides to bring back a Leviathan. to the habitat. She managed to knock it out or something and tow it all the way back to the sub. I mean, she says it's still breathing, and I suppose the idea was for Bart to then study it and try and find some sort of cure for this thing. But that kicks off like a major argument among them all, and fortunately for Bart, he actually leaves the habitat, because then all hell breaks loose, and this Leviathan, as you can hear outside, attacks the base. Marguerite gives Paul a warning and tells him to put his helmet on, but this Leviathan then attacks the habitat, and which starts the place to flood. It does sound like a Reaper Leviathan to me, going by the sounds, because it sounds different to the crab squid that we saw down there. And although Paul actually talks about an alien kraken, which to me would be more fitting to the crab squid, I think. The crab squid isn't classified as a Leviathan. So it was probably this Reaper Leviathan came back to life and attacked the habitat. Now Paul gets thrown clear, but then this Leviathan then comes after Paul, but Marguerite steps in and starts to fight it. We don't know quite yet what then happened to Marguerite, but unfortunately for Paul, he was running out of oxygen. It's possible maybe he'd been outside of the habitat with some gear, came back, took it off, but then put it straight back on when Marguerite warned him, and there just wasn't enough oxygen left in it. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that Paul did probably die there. So what I've done is I've come back here to the island because it seemed quite fitting, because this is where we found the last log for Bart. So I'm going to play that back now.
This is the first time I've seen sunlight in months. After all that time in the deep, I'd been dreaming of it. Now that I'm back here, I'm finding it hard to enjoy alone. Father was right. We should never have left this place. We shouldn't have gone so deep. They do not want us down there. Despite my best efforts, ill health is taking hold of me. The visions are getting worse. Marguerite and Father are now part of the ecosystem of this incredible planet. It's reassuring to know that when I go, I'll join them. Until then, well, there's always the view.
Okay, so that's the end of the Degasi crew. Sounds like Marguerite and Paul did die down at that last habitat. Bart came back to this island, but he succumbed to the coronavirus. So as far as we can tell, is for some reason the Degasi was sent over to this planet. It crashed. They managed to, those three survived and made it to the island here. Went looking for a better place to survive and went to about 2 different bases, but eventually they died. Now the Aurora was on a main mission to build a phase gate, but it got diverted over to this planet to search for the Degasi. What became of it? And there was an emissary on board. It was somebody who an emissary called, I think it was Yoshi Kassar. He was actually, as we've learned, somebody who recommended Marguerite for the job on the Degasi. So it diverted here and it got shut down. So basically we're infected by this coronavirus. The enforcement platform is going to continue to shoot down any ships that come this way that try to rescue us. We've got blueprints to get off this planet, but unfortunately we'll get shut down unless we disable that gun. the only way to do that is to find the cure. But as we've heard from Bart, if we don't find the cure, like him, we'll eventually die anyway. So that's got to be the next step, really, is to go looking for this this disease research facility. Now, we don't have a beacon for it, but we did learn about where it was when we went to visit the gun enforcement platform. So it's said to be about southwest of the enforcement platform, 800 meters down. What I want to do is to see what I can do to upgrade the cyclops, because I learned a blueprint for the shield generator, but I don't have the resources yet. So off camera I'm going to do some more searching around with the scanner room, around with the life pods that I've already been to see if I can find any resources there. But one thing that is interesting that Bart mentioned actually is that he talked about visions and how they were getting worse. Now, I do recall we had some sort of hallucination. I remember there was something or someone started talking to us. So maybe that's related. But in any case, I'm gonna end the video there. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If so, then I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like. If you're new to the channel, then do please subscribe if you want to see more content, and that'll give you reminders whenever videos get released. So thanks very much for watching. Until next video, bye.